She came to my house Christmas Day. She brought me sprinkle cookies. I said to her, Melissa, nobody touched the cookies you brought. I threw them in the garbage. You know what my favorite cookies are? Pinoli cookies. That's all I said.
Sweet taters. Sweet taters. Sweet taters. Sweet taters.
And now, it's time for the Sweet Potato Podcast featuring Matt and Theron.
By the way.
What were you saying about Big Y Donut of the Month?
Okay, so Big Y at their bakery, every month they have a different donut of the month.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is a new thing, but I only noticed it recently. So, like, September was busting. It was a peanut butter and jelly donut. They had, like, a peanut butter frosting on the top and jelly inside, and it has not been the same since then.
What was November?
They did a pretzel donut in October with, like, pretzels on it.
For, like, Oktoberfest?
I guess. They did a classic donut. So it was like, it's like kind of like with the Hostess cakes with, like, the classic filling in it. That one was alright. That was pretty good. But this month, I thought it was going to be good. Raspberry cream cheese donut.
No.
Right? Sounds good, but it's not. Because it was like the cream cheese frosting and the raspberry filling, but the raspberry filling kind of gave me heartburn, and it just low-key wasn't slapping.
Do you really think the raspberry gave you heartburn, or do you think it was the cheese? Probably.
But you'd be surprised. The Big Y, no shame, no shade to Big Y, right? Because I don't want to lose my job, but the filling in the donuts, like the jelly filling, it's not it.
That's crazy.
Not it.
Yo, why does my hair look like I am a Mormon child? Like, should I?
You should style it like that. Oh, mid part? Hold on.
Absolutely not. Okay, chat.
Why are you kind of cooking with that? I see potential there. I see potential in the mid part.
See, this is why I want to go bald.
All I'm saying.
This is why I want to go bald. Think about going bald. Think about how amazing it'd be.
You want to go bald?
You don't have to spend money on conditioner. You don't have to wash your... I guess you wash your head with body wash? Or do you still use conditioner? Probably use body wash.
I think you still use conditioner. Well, because usually conditioner has, like, scalp stuff in it.
Oh, okay. Well, you'd use...
So I would still... You probably can... shampoo.
You'd use less.
Yeah, or maybe a mix. Maybe, like, a mix of shampoo and body wash. Like those 3-in-1s.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Well,
they are fire.
We said last week that we weren't going to do another episode, but the other day I was like, hey, let's just do another one to feed the children, you know?
I mean, yeah. And, you know, we're getting a little festive. I have my Christmas sweater on. It says, Pasha Gabagool.
Hey, forgot about it.
And what does yours say? What does yours say, Matt? Read the entire thing.
Let me stand up.
Yep.
Well, it's backwards on the camera. I don't know if I can...
It's okay.
Should I pull up... Let me pull up the... I think it's... Tom's house was broken into, and he confronted the burglar, and then my son... What does it say? Then my son...
Let's see if I can get a good look at this.
Is it backwards on yours?
Tom's house was broken into. He confronted the burglar, and then had to go have eye surgery.
Right.
And then my son had to go over and help. And then my son, he rolled his car 5 times on the way home. Yeah, I'm under a lot of stress. That's what it says.
Which I think is one of the, if not one of the most iconic things that Erica Jane has ever said.
Sometimes got broken.
Other than
my son and then his car rolled over 5 times. So yeah, I'm under a lot of stress.
You don't need this chicken tender.
What is it, babes?
Chicken
Oprah saying it right.
what is this? You chicken tender and barbecue ranch.
Get them to do it.
You can't have this. It's a chicken tender and a...
Chicken tender and barbecue ranch.
Okay, I saw the clip.
Which one?
The one where she's singing. That was our last break, right?
Oh, in the podcast, yeah.
Last time. That was the last time break.
The intro, yeah.
I don't understand why that was so bad.
Well, I think it is rude when there's someone else singing to everyone.
No, the fact that he was getting into it and, like, enjoying it.
Well, there's also a part where she's talking to him and she's like, you gotta use the auto tune, and then, like, he's like, yo, get away, get away. But he was Dirty Diana. He was Diana's husband, but he also was a little, you know.
Wait, Prince Harry's dad?
No, Diana the housewife.
Oh my god!
From-
Well, you said.
Dirty Diana. No, the one from Bosnia. I'm from Bosnia.
I thought you were talking.
Where's she from? I don't give a shit. She sucks. No, I was not talking about
I thought you were talking about Princess Diana.
Princess Di. No, she died. She died. Anyways.
Wait, no, that's what I was gonna say. He seems a little young.
He was very young. Yeah.
Oh.
Erica when
Well,
she
she likes him young. Well, just kidding. That's a.
Well, because she was in the. Well, we don't need to get into it.
Well, she likes him young because, like, as in young but of legal age.
Really? Because
Presumably.
I thought you were talking about the Epstein connection.
What Epstein? That's
Let's
all
not
alleged.
talk- let's not. Well, anyways, okay. Did you see that? You know how Time Magazine gives out like their Person of the Year.
Oh yes.
You know, and there were a few celebrities, well, celebrities, notable people in the running. You know, President-elect Donald Trump, Vice President Harris, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Was that really a thing that was considered for Time?
He
Person
was
of the Year?
he was in like the top 10. Joe Rogan was in the top 10, but they ultimately gave it to someone who likes to win polls and, you know, a real patriot. They gave it to the Patriots. So
JD Vance? Did JD Vance win?
no, actually Shannon Bedore, Times Person of the Year, Shannon Storms Bedore. So congrats, Shannon. You got this win. We love a girl from OC, you know what I'm saying? A good time.
Right.
She won
a
time.
real drunk driver. Oh, because she drove it. She drove it to her house. Right.
Oh wait,
It's the rehab. It's the American dream. Right, the rehab.
Speaking of Shannon Bedore, there's this one of these tweets that we were gonna watch on the podcast today. I booted, but you mentioned Shannon's driving. Hold on. So this person.
Oh my God.
Hold on. This person on Twitter named Yolanda Pfister, who is one of my favorite Twitter accounts, tweeted the caption is just Shannon Bedore, and it's.
Whoa! Whoa, shit. Call the cops!
Oh, Shannon.
Shannon. Still winning them lawsuits.
Delivering content in the OC and off the OC.
Well, you know, in the OC, it's everyone else is just
In the OC, it's
when
you and me.
when
and
you're
the
the
OG.
call animal control, because there's a cougar on the loose in the OC. Kelly Dodd said that.
Whose tagline is that?
Kelly Dodd Leventhal. I saw a clip of Kelly Dodd Leventhal.
Right, as in Rick Leventhal, popular. What is he? Newsmax? Newsmax host?
Former Fox News correspondent, newly Newsmax.
Turned Newsmax. They wouldn't take him. So he went with Tucker onto News. Or where's Tucker now?
Tucker's on X.com. Tucker's on X.
Okay.
He's an X original. Let's get into
that doesn't sound like I'd want to have that in my search history. Tucker Carlson X.
X.com. I slept with President Barack Obama and did crack with him. Remember that guy? I did crack with Barack Hussein Obama. Okay, let's get into.
That's actually true because he said it.
Because he's okay. Let's get into headlines. So actually, one of the reasons we're doing this podcast is because yesterday
let's just jump into headlines, shall we?
Let's just jump into it. I saw this headline yesterday as we were talking about podcasting today, and I was like, "What the freak?" Floored. So, Vanderpump Rules alum, because he's fired now, James Kennedy arrested for domestic violence. This was hot, like off the press.
Oh,
so boom!
Yeah, this is fresh. Look at him.
Those are the punches that his girlfriend was getting. Boom! No.
Who's his girlfriend who got 5 big booms?
Ali Luber. I don't know if you were watching around that time. But Allie's very nice. Allegedly, she's not the one in, so I guess like there was a dispatch call to his residence. They live like right near LAX at around 11:30 p.m. on Tuesday. And we're filming this on the 12th or the 13th. No. Yeah, it's right. What do you mean? Across from
Isn't that what
LAX?
LAX is? Lacrosse?
No,
No, lacrosse.
LAX, yeah, but LAX is Los Angeles International Airport.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I thought it was like the Lacrosse Hall of Fame.
but so this was they got a call on Tuesday night, but it was also the same night as Kathy Hilton's Christmas party, and James and Allie were there, and shout out Rockin' Protein.
Shout out to Shamrock Farms, by the way. I'd love to get a sponsorship with these guys.
Anyways, he was at Kathy Hilton's party, and apparently he was acting suspect, and then they got a call of a domestic dispute at his house, and then today pictures came out. This is his first picture seen since the domestic since all of this. He did go to jail, was arrested, bailed out for 20 thou, and this is him opening the door, caught by the paparazzi. This Vanderpump Rules star looking straight-faced while quickly grabbing his bag. I'm assuming he DoorDashed, so he had to get food.
Must have.
And then
DoorDash.
the face when you beat your girlfriend and you got you some Taco Bell.
He wore one of his gray sweatshirts.
See you next Tuesday. Like, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, getting his DoorDash, and then this is his girlfriend. She's smiling. Seems very happy.
Yeah,
she claims that she's okay, and that sources say that she said it's not her, and it was all a misunderstanding. But I don't know.
Right.
James Kennedy has
here's
been.
my question.
When James Kennedy was with Kristen Doty, she claimed domestic violence. They all called her crazy. Raquel also claimed the same when they were together. So are they?
Here's my question,
Are they
right?
vindicated?
Is James being like flamed for this?
Of course.
So I think there's a double standard here, because when a good-looking guy like James punches his girlfriend, everyone cries boo. But when a good-looking guy shoots a healthcare CEO, everyone starts clapping and thirsting over him.
Mama Luigi, hey, forget about it, hey, Mama
Where's
Luigi.
Where's James's thirst trap edits post committing a crime?
Justice for Luigi.
His girlfriend, I'm sure, is a wealthy individual, right?
Justice for Luigi.
So I just think
Oh
I just
my
think it's a
God.
little bit of a double standard.
God, Twitter the other day when that happened, I wanted to kill, hurt.
You know, the only reason he got caught was because he was trying to get Rizzy.
Because
Did you know that?
he was Rizzy at a Starbucks. He was
McDonald's.
Well, hi dog. He was Rizzy at a Starbucks though when he took the mask off, and that's when they said that's the photo that they knew.
Oh, that was at a Starbucks? Okay. Right. He was like, oh, look at my smile. Like, bro, you just shot someone and you're on the run. Why would you do that?
I know, right?
Generational bag sell.
Well, he's gone. Normally, I'd cut this out, but I'm not going to. Let's do a quick little Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap. Okay. This past episode was the episode where they go to Puerto Vallarta. Amazing episode. Loved it. I'm personally Team Bronwyn. Now, I think she was being a little extra when it came to the whole room situation. But Angie did say that Brittany had high body count hair. But, you know what? Brittany said that she was a slut. So, loved it. I love how Meredith gets so activated over, nothing. And she'll start screaming over nothing. I think Angie K throwing the bottles of carrot teas at Brittany was so freaking funny. I didn't throw it. I didn't know the bag was upside down, you idiot. And Salt Lake City is hitting from all angles. Love this season, okay? But yeah. Did a quick little Salt Lake City.
Fire review, chat. Review.
Did a quick little Salt Lake City recap.
No, I heard the whole thing.
How do you feel about Angie K throwing carrot teas bottles at our girl Brittany? And saying that she had a high body count hair, a high body count dress. Those are high body count heels.
Doesn't this look so good?
I do love chicken salad, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a buffalo chicken salad sandwich.
Oh. Why is this?
look at this in the bathroom. Jared bought me this. He didn't buy you that. You're not having sex.
Running around the bathroom.
Salt Lake City for you. Anyways,
That was classic.
I know you're eating, but I think that you should take the next headline.
Mm-hmm.
Headline while eating. Just keep eating buffalo chicken and talking.
Okay. No. Where are we here? All right, this is going to be the next headline. This is from The Sun.
The most trustworthy.
Car crash. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City fired Monica Garcia, hit with $9,000 lawsuit for skipping car payments and damaging her leased Cadillac.
Why does she? Why they gotta hit
I'm
her
gonna have
with?
to get some background.
Why they gotta hit her with fired Salt Lake City star Monica
That's
Garcia?
diabolical. That's a violation. Who is this again?
That's
real one and done.
Reality Von Teese.
Oh,
You know Reality Von Teese.
yeah.
Yeah, Reality Von Teese. Kind of crazy.
Whoa.
She was always called out for being poor on the show by Lisa Barlow, and she has a one.
How does this impact the House of Villains?
The House of Villains community? I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
Reality Von Teese will be on the finale episode, as we saw in the preview for next week. I don't think this will impact it, but I do love Monica Garcia. The reality villain defaulted on her lease and caused physical damage to her vehicle. Like, what the fuck?
See, I like that.
You like some scratches and some dents
I like a little bit of the wild side, if you know what I'm saying.
of Monica
A little
Garcia.
bit of the car disdain for the car companies, you know, kind of sticking it to the man.
Well, did you see the Jen Shah shit?
Mm-mm.
Jen Shah's prison sentence reduced for a third freaking time. She got a new release date of, I think it's October. She's 51. She's now serving 6.5 years in the Bryan Federal Prison Camp in Texas for after she pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection to a telemarketing fraud scheme. This was her scene on the actual prison yards serving, I might add. Jen
I don't
Shah,
agree. I don't like this.
her new prison date went from December 19th, 2027 to November 19th, 2027, meaning that she will be on season 9 of the Housewives of Salt Lake City. Do you think she'll have a comeback? Like, I don't think they will, but like, I don't want to see it happen, but I think it would be funny if Jen just shows up to a party. I
think that people who scam old people
starts unloading on Heather Gay
should be locked up for life.
Well, she also punched Heather
Gay.
She gave Heather Gay the black eye too.
Right, but that's okay. I'd let that slide personally.
What about? She's coming back. This is some AI, the AI Twitter picture of.
That's a very strange AI image. I don't know why that needed to be AI'd when that could definitely be edited.
I think it's pretty. That's so funny. She's back.
Why did they AI this?
Twitter's been AIing. They AI'd lesbian Kyle Richards with a lesbian cut and like rainbow makeup. They did lesbian Sutton. Twitter's been on one with the new AI. Okay. Next headline is so fun. You should take it as our New Jersey
This
girl
is from U.S. Celebrity News. Or is it Us?
The most. It's Us. Us Weekly.
Sorry, Us. Celebrity News. Melissa Gorga launches new sprinkle cookie company, saying it's been a long time coming. I know something else that's been a long time coming from Melissa Gorga.
Oh my god. This is her and her daughter promoting the sprinkle cookies. Well, you know the lore with the sprinkle cookies, right?
How old is her daughter again?
I think she's a year older than us. Or she's about your age, maybe. I don't know. A few months older than you.
Okay.
It's fire. Well, you know the lore with the sprinkle cookies.
Well, yeah. Not how it dates back.
It dates back to she came here Christmas Day. She brought me sprinkle cookies. I like pinoli cookies, and Teresa got very upset. Well,
it was like a crash out.
Teresa's
for no reason.
more upset because she clapped back to Melissa Gorga's Sprinkle Cookie Company with a tweet that said, "You're welcome." Because Teresa's whole thing is like
You're welcome.
she's giving Melissa everything from being on the show to all of her like Melissa Gorga.
You know, I forget how genuinely terrible Teresa is. Like, I forgot how awful she was.
Yeah.
Because on House of Villains, she's so nice and like innocent.
It's weird. There's a weird like
Right?
disconnect.
It's just the family stuff.
Yeah. If
Because
New Jersey would come
she's
back
away
with Teresa from House of Villains, it would be amazing, right? But it's just there's just something about the way that Teresa acts around her sister-in-law that just is never nice. But also I think that
it's like
Melissa
hard to watch.
It is so hard to watch. I also think though that Melissa and Joe also are wrong and sometimes. I think that they need to stop always shading. They just all need to just stop talking about one another. This is the original video.
Me sprinkle cookies. Melissa, nobody touched the cookies you brought. I threw them in the garbage. You know what my favorite cookies are? Cannoli cookies. That's all I said.
I'm sorry. Throwing a pregnant woman's cookies in the garbage is not funny and it's not a dig. It's just plain stupid.
She came to my house Christmas Day. She brought me
She was
sprinkle
pregnant?
cookies.
Yeah. Probably with Antonia or
With whose son?
Gia.
No, not Antonia. It wouldn't. It would be
Antonio. Wait, there's Gio. Oh, little Joey. Maybe little Joey. Little Joey Gorga.
Who's not Joe's son, right?
They're all Joe's kids. Just one just doesn't look like it.
Right.
One just looks suspicious. Just a little bit. Just a little suspicious. Okay, chat. You know what time it is?
Wait, hold on.
What?
This is sus.
Oh, I should soundbite that about the Andy Cohen. This is sus. Okay. Well, chat. You know what time it is?
And now it's time for the Sweet Potato Podcast 3-minute recap of the latest episodes of Beverly Hills. And I'm your host, Erica Jane.
Yo, chat, are we ready for some 3-minute recap? Okay, so as we do, we get a 3-minute timer, and I recap the latest episode and or episodes.
Busting, by the way.
Is it? Is it good chicken?
Mm-hmm.
It's rare good. You know that? That Tim Curry. Rare good.
Mm.
I'm actually shocked with how funny it was. I'm just kidding. Okay, are we ready for 3-minute recaps? I have to get my notebook, my handy dandy notebook. So this is only one episode, so I definitely will make the 3 minutes, but maybe I'll go a little bit more in depth. Maybe you can interrupt, ask some follow-up questions, do some good pogging react. You know, you gotta get that good. Okay, let's start the freaking timer. Let's do no music though.
Like Safari.
And we are going with there's a little intro. Okay, 3-minute recap. So this is Beverly Hills episode 4 of season 14, titled Twisted Sisterhood, a play on the band Twisted Sister, probably. That's what I can assume. Okay, so we have Kyle versus Dorit continued, like we talked about last episode, where they were talking about how Kyle needs to start listening and opening her ears, using her big boy brain. The fight kind of lasted. They talked about Buca de Beppo, about Dorit's Capri room. Garcelle chimes in and says that Dorit doesn't know how to apologize, and did not go well for everybody.
Brandy circling Buca de Beppo.
Circling Buca de Brandy. Kim's not doing well, but I hope she is. Tension continued to the next day as Kathy Hilton charters a yacht. They meet Captain Dave, where Sutton really wants to freak that captain. Sutton and Dorit talk about their divorce, Sutton's divorce from Christian, and Dorit's separation from PK, single PK. Kyle and Garcelle also split up on the boat. Single PK. Kyle and Garcelle split up on the boat, and Kyle says that she still texts PK. Or PK still texts her things, which is really suspect, right? We'll get into that later.
Kyle and PK.
Kyle and PK babes. We have Bose. Bose is talking to Jennifer Tilly and Erica and Kathy Hilton about her relationship after her husband died with a man who was a con artist, and she is too boss to play with these con people. They all go to dinner after the bow, and Sutton writes a speech to connect with the group as they do this ritual, and they all trashed on Sutton for this, but it was definitely weird. It was all about being open in the group. At that dinner, Garcelle calls out Dorit, saying that she said that she's not friends with Teddy at a previous time while reposting John Mellencamp's ad for his new show in Vegas or something, and they said that it's weird. And then as Dorit's saying that she never said that she wasn't friends with Teddy, under her breath, Erica goes, "That's not what she said." But it wasn't like a really bad moment, but Sutton really grasps on this. And as they're in the Sprinter van going home, Sutton says that this is mean girl behavior from Erica, which is like, what are you freaking talking about? Garcelle did the same thing dinners ago. Okay. Now we have Dorit versus Sutton. They're screaming at each other. They are absolutely screaming at each other. And Dorit is saying that Sutton, we can't get a word in with Sutton, and that when Dorit matches Sutton's energy of screaming, Sutton backs off and plays victim. And then Sutton says she is freaking pissed. The episode ends. Preview for next week. Camille is back, and Dorit calls her the see you next Tuesday word again, but this time means a little bit more.
Okay.
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy. It's interesting that to me that Sutton is getting mad at Erica and trying to defend Dorit, but then also fighting with Dorit.
Fighting with Dorit after doing a ritual saying that you want peace in the group and transparency.
Right. It seems a little bit like she might actually just be stirring the pot and then trying to play victim.
Wait, Garcelle and Sutton stirring the pot? What are you? That never happens. What are you talking about? Garcelle and Sutton pandered to Twitter. They pandered to Twitter audience while talking about how bad they hate Teddy, which is like, why are you bringing up Teddy? Why are you bringing up Teddy? She got fired like 4 years ago.
Thank God. Well, hey,
cheating with her horse.
That horse trainer. Whoo-wee.
Alleged. Well, is it alleged? I mean, it happened. I wasn't there, but like it.
I was there. I was watching.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't personally, but my horse friend was.
Your horse friend? Who's your horse friend?
Yeah. Dean the horse.
Got you.
He can't text, but he uses like one of those text-to-speech apps.
It
translates his nays into.
He blows
text
into
messages.
the tube.
Yeah. But he was there, dude. They did it in the freaking stable in front of the horses. It's disgusting.
What's gonna happen with the Eds podcast? The Edwin and Eddie Judge podcast? Is that done? Is the Eds podcast done under the 2 T's in a pod umbrella?
Is 2 T's in a pod done?
No.
So why would the Eds? Oh,
Edwin,
wait.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna divorce her, right?
Yeah. Well, they're separated right now.
I mean, yeah, I would assume so. He cheated, or she
They both cheated.
Oh. Well, okay. At that point, you might as well just stay together.
Teddy's
if it was like a mutual thing.
Teddy's got to take accountability after herself being an accountability coach.
Yeah, that's a little ironic.
Very ironic. Well, chat, let's take a break, and we'll be back with House of Villains episode 10 recap.
Yes, we will, chat.
Beat me! Beat me! I'm gonna win this game because I have worked this game. I have puppeted you. So tired of puppet mastering your bitch ass.
And chat, we are back from break watching the newest episode of House of Villains. Did you pull up the notes that I took?
I'm gonna crash out.
We have a failed segment that took a long time to try to do, and it did not work.
Well, I guess it'll start next season, right?
It will season 1, maybe with Richard Hatch. We can watch our
original Survivor winner.
By the way, Rachel Fuda said no to coming on the podcast, but at least she responded back.
Why the fuck would Rachel Fuda come on the podcast?
We'll talk about it later. Did you pull up the notes from the Imgur?
Wait, I'm lost. Oh, I'm on the Christmas special, that's why. Yes, I'm pulling that up.
My handwritten,
nice notes.
my
Okay.
handwritten notes. If some
Yes,
stuff's
this is
hard to
nice.
read,
This is nice.
this should be good to read. Okay, let's get into House of Villains Season 2, Episode 10.
Yes,
Why
yes,
are all of the
yes,
villains
yes.
crying? Okay, so last week we left off with Jesse as supervillain who nominated Candy and New York. Wes swears
No
on his...
chance to come back.
No
by
chance
the
to come
way.
back. Wes swears on his child that he is loyal to Wes and the Wes and Jesse final 2. No redemption, just a vote, and Joel says that there is a twist. As in episode 10, we find
What
out
is
that
that
the vote,
twist?
the vote is in 1 hour. Fucking stupid ass twist.
Kind of stupid. I don't think it's fair that there was no redemption chance.
No.
I don't really like that, but
Not at all.
whatever.
Whatever. Wes states that he wants to vote out Candy as Candy cries for out of a desperate last move, and Jesse got really emotional, which definitely showed, and I don't know if you agree, definitely showed that he wanted Candy in the finale with him, and he definitely in that moment realized that he got played.
I don't think it's even that he wanted Candy with him. I think it's that he was conflicted because obviously, like, Candy did have to go.
Yeah.
And, like, I think Jesse knew that if it was him and Candy in the finale, Candy's winning.
Yeah.
Candy's beating anyone in the finale.
But I think him crying was realizing that he got played.
I don't know. I don't even know if he necessarily got played because I feel like the reason he didn't put Wes up was not because he thought that Wes and him had something good going, but more so that he just thought Wes was more beatable than Candy. He viewed Wes as less of a threat.
Well, I don't know. I actually
he did say that.
He did say that, but also I think that he promised Candy in the episode before that he would save Candy from nomination and then changed after Wes' pep talk. So
that is true.
There's some mixed messages there. Candy is eliminated 4-0, a unanimous vote. Are you shocked by the unanimous vote?
No.
I'm a little shocked that Larsa didn't vote to get rid of New York.
But also,
Larsa's
Larsa's at this point still in Wes's pocket.
Trying to vote for the House. Yeah, vote with the House. Wes then gives a really freaking cringe-ass pep talk, just as cringe as his bad haircut. In this moment, I realized, why am I kind of Team New York? New York for the win. I'm Team New York for the win. That's
a take.
It is, yeah. Very strange.
Could be worse. I mean, of the final 5 here, obviously I would like to see Jesse win the most, but I think that the only other one I would like to see, and also the only other one that's attainable as winning, is New York at this point. At this point, it's going to be one of those two who win.
Yeah, for sure.
In my opinion.
Well, unless we'll get into it. So Jill McHale arrives the next day with the final challenge, which is a butter sculpture challenge.
Sort of like a pressure cooker type challenge.
Very pressure cooker-esque.
But a little different because they have to do like physical things while they're.
Yeah, so
it's not just standing there.
We realized there is the sculpture is pretty accurate other than one part of the sculpture.
A little too big.
A little too
being realistic.
A little too big. New York makes this really weird comment about being a throat
eating
goat.
Joel McHale's ass.
Well, none of the other comment where she talked about being a throat goat.
Right, she talks about swallowing a lot. Then she talks about not if a guy has to let her ride for 1.5 minutes minimum before finishing. That was when she was in the chair with Candy.
She'll throw him back.
Then she talks about being a throat goat. Then she talks about eating Joel McHale's butter ass.
She asked him for permission.
She asked him if she can get on her knees and eat his ass.
My God. The challenge was called Touch of Evil. Keep your hand on the butter. Last one standing wins. They started out with one hand, and our first victim to the butter sculpture was Tiffany New York Pollard at 6 minutes and 44 seconds. She was out because of the bee community.
The bee community. They came for her.
They came for her. Well, because she likes the
canceled
community
by the bee community
that puts up women. You know, Queen Bee.
Right, and she didn't want to kill the bee.
Yeah.
Or face off with it.
Very, very true. Very true.
Understandable.
Now the next part of the challenge was to be up on one leg. I definitely realized that when they bring back the eliminated contestants, They were all eating burgers. What the? Who grilled that raw ass meat? Them raw ass burgers.
Probably was
Richard eating raw food.
I was gonna say Richard.
the
Richard loves his
Survivor.
raw food, right?
Well, original Survivor
Original Survivor winner.
I love Richard Hatch. Bring him back.
Or bring him somewhere else.
93 minutes and 23 seconds. Larsa is out because of her ass cheek, she said.
Right. So it's interesting because at this point, it's kind of physically demanding. They have to have their leg up.
Yeah.
And you could tell Wes, Safari, and Jesse are all like immensely struggling.
Yeah.
And Larsa is not at all.
No.
And then the moment she feels the slightest bit of discomfort, she just gives up.
Yeah. Which gives kind of
like
resembles her time playing this season, giving up.
And honestly, I don't think she wants to win anymore.
No, I don't think she ever wanted to be there though.
After what she said, because Candy gave a pep talk about how much they needed the money.
Yeah.
And I think that in that moment, Larsa was like, wow, it's crazy that people actually need this money. And I think she realized that, like, these people, like, all these other people do realistically need the money. And she does not. And I think because of that, she had kind of like a moment of self-reflection, and I don't think she particularly wants to win. She also, based on some of the things she says, I don't think she believes it's possible for her to win.
Person who did not have that self-reflection was New York, who said, attention Walmart shoppers, I don't give a fuck.
She did say that.
New York.
So anyway, in the challenge, there was another little twist that they introduced.
Yes.
And that was all the eliminated house guests, including Larissa.
Oh boy.
Coming back.
Larissa.
For the barbecue. Hang out. And apparently now we're actually going to be staying in the house.
Yeah, they're moving back in. There was
moving back in.
We'll get into it, but that kind of caused some very funny moments. This episode was very funny. I laughed a lot.
But anyway, as for the competition, right? After Larsa got out, it wasn't long before Safari just couldn't take the heat. And then it was just Wes and Jesse. And Wes started begging like a little bitch for Jesse to let
I swear my daughter! I swear my daughter! I swear my daughter's life. My daughter's life. I swear my daughter.
Please, man. Please just let me win. Please. I just want to win one competition. Please just let me win. Mr. The Challenge has not been very successful in these competitions.
He doesn't want to play. Just like Wesley said later in the episode. He doesn't want to try.
He doesn't want to play. He wants to just sit there and get everything handed to him.
Well, obviously, he doesn't have very steady feet because that motherfucker lost to
He lost. And then he started complaining. Making up excuses, by the way. Started making up excuses. It was a bad foot placement. It was unfair where I was standing. Jesse had better foot placement. Bullshit. Shut the fuck
up. Jesse wins supervillain, and he vows to avenge Candy. He is sick of Wes's gameplay, as Wes thinks that Jesse will bring him to the finale. Wes goes on his, instead of the Taylor Swift Eras tour, he went on an apology tour. Going after Victoria and everyone that he effed over. Talking to Carmela, what's her name? Camilla, not Carmela.
Camilla.
Carmela.
Sony.
Carmela. Bring her on House of Villains.
Right?
Larsa tells... I was shocked by this part when Larsa goes up to Jesse and is like, "Yo, Jesse, this is really going on. Wes is doing this as a final Hail Mary."
Gets pissed off at Wes.
No,
because I think for some reason Larsa genuinely believed that Wes was like actually like a likable, good person up until this point.
Because they were in the Housewives of West Hollywood gang,
right?
The alliance.
And then suddenly seeing Wes be a little sniveling weasel made her. She was like, "Oh wow, maybe Wes is actually a jackass."
Yeah. She actually
and then she just completely flipped on him.
Because she said that she knew that if Wes wins, he would have brought Larsa with him. And she thinks that's bullshit because of the whole Jesse Final 2 thing. So she told Jesse the truth. Jesse gets activated, and Jesse is done with Wes's bullshit. And that's very evident with the rest of the episode.
There's also the fact that I think if it was... Okay, this might be a stretch, but let's just say it's a finale kind of type thing with if you had to choose between Larsa and Wes, how do you think the house would choose in that situation?
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Probably
they
Larsa,
might actually...
They still have shit against Wes.
Maybe.
Except Victoria.
But there's some people who really... And maybe Teresa.
I feel like Teresa's forgiving, though.
Not to her family.
Sweet
Anyway,
taters.
So they eliminated house guests, moved back in. Rich is rooming with New York, and New York did not want to room with Rich.
New
She
York
was like,
crash out.
Why is Rich no rooming with me? And Safari was like, come on, New York, I'll room with you. She's
And
like,
Safari's like, I'll room
Safari.
with you.
Safari goes, then where do you want me to sleep? She goes, on the floor, like the rest of the dogs do. It was so good.
She said on the floor like a good dog.
Like a good dog. Well, I love New
So
York.
she basically good boyed Safari.
Well, she is the HBIC.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria brings in a princess bed and sleeps under the stairs, just like Matilda. Makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
So then we see the boys go into the room and they have a conversation.
Oh, boy.
And Wes does a lesson in gaslighting Jesse about the whole, you said that it's on your family too, just like it's on my daughter. You said you bring me to final two. I don't even want to try. I puppet mastered. Blah, 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 blah. And Jesse's like, the fuck is this shit? So we go into the stronghold for the nominations. Jesse nominates New York first, which I was like, okay, sure. Kind of wanted New York to stay off the block, but you know.
No, but it makes sense because in this thing, right? Because we know now that the way the whole finale is going to work is the winner nominates 3 people.
Yep.
Whoever they don't nominate also goes to final 3 with them, and then the winner of the redemption challenge gets final 3, and the other 2 people go home.
Yep.
New York is the only, realistically, right? Because Jesse is guaranteed final 3.
Correct.
And if he goes up against Wes, Safari, and Larsa, he has a guaranteed win.
Yep.
Everybody in the house, almost everybody hates Larsa. Everybody hates Wes, and Safari does not play this game. They won't let Safari win. He's too much of a fucking joke to win.
Yeah.
New York actually has a chance. I don't know exactly if she would, but it's definitely a chance. It would be close between her and Jesse.
Yeah, that's very true.
She's the only competition to Jesse for winning. And so because of that, I think it makes perfect sense that he put her up, because if he brought her, if New York can't win, then I think Jesse has a guaranteed win.
Yeah, very true. And Larsa, the next nomination, fully collateral damage.
Right. And she was, I think, kind of just like whatever, but I think what Jesse said was fair. Jesse was like, listen, I'd love to have you in the end, but you need to show that you can earn it.
I agree, but also I would have done some things differently, but you know, whatever.
I probably would have taken Larsa.
Final nomination. I didn't even get rid of Candy. You got to eliminate a girl. Final nomination. Wes. He says that he wants.
Jesse never even says.
He doesn't. He didn't need to.
Doesn't even need to say his name. Wes walks
up there. Oh, we didn't talk about New York putting a hex on Jesse's testicles.
Balls. She gives him chicken pox in the balls. She does do that. Yeah.
New York made me laugh so hard this episode. Just everything she said was so funny. Her and Rich,
very funny. It's a good episode.
The New York and Rich interactions are really good. Like,
I feel like they could be really good friends.
They could be good friends. They could take some people down. Jesse calls Wes a coward and is screaming at the top of his lungs.
Screaming and everyone's getting into it and kind of like taking up. And honestly, this is a little smart because I think he's trying to rally the troops that feel like they were wronged by him behind him. That he's doing it for Candy and that he's doing it for all the people that Wes has fucked over. And really painting it as like a hero v villain situation here.
That is 100% true because he says that he strives to win / beat Wes. Wes calls Jesse an idiot. Says I'm in the Mensa. I took the Mensa.
Right. Which he also said at the beginning of the show he's never taken an IQ test or a Mensa test. So that's not even true. And I guess Wes really doesn't want to win. Like, I'm not sure what game he's playing. He clearly doesn't want to win because he calls everybody low IQ idiots in a sort of Ben Shapiro style turn everyone against you move, where instead of trying to apologize for what you did wrong, he just really digged, oh, you're all low IQ idiots. You don't know, like, what is that?
What a dumbass. He gets called the Puppet Master. Wes is just an idiot, and
he does kind of eat down when he says that, like, calls Jesse his little bitch. That's kind of tough.
He said that he will even sign his autograph for Jesse because he's such a fan, and says that he's on an irrelevant show. Julie Chen Moonves is gonna strike Jesus on him.
Someone who's on the challenge has no room to call Big Brother an irrelevant show.
Alexa, how many seasons of the challenge have there been?
There have been 39 seasons of the challenge. Season 4 currently airs.
Alexa, how many times has Wes Bergman won the challenge?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, see, she doesn't even know that, man.
I definitely think that. Yeah, that's crazy because I've never heard of the challenge before, like House of Villains, and I had definitely heard of Big Brother before I started watching it.
Yikes.
So...
Well, Safari makes it to the finale. Fucking Floaters grab a life
Which is
vest.
really funny. And, like, Jesse kind of says it in, like, a really disrespectful way to Safari, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
He basically, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was when he was yelling at Wes, and he said something along the lines of, like, yeah, I'm taking Safari because he's, like, he's just that trash that he's like a guaranteed. Safari's not gonna win.
That is more or less what you said. Safari makes it to the finale with Jesse. West, New York, and Larson will have to compete in a redemption challenge next week for the final placement. Redemption challenge with special guest star Reality Von T's Monica Garcia,
right? Mentioned earlier in this episode.
And then Joel McHale will crown a winner of House of Villains and give away the $200,000 grand prize. Now. Let's just, who do we think will win next week House of Villains? Who is your pick to win?
My pick to win is Jesse.
Your pick to win is Jesse. I fully agree. I think that Jesse will win unless New York makes it to the final top 3. And then
it's 50-50.
I'd be Team New York personally because of her.
I would still be Team Jesse, but I would say it's 50-50 at that point.
I agree. Because if you go back to season 1 of House of Villains, Tanisha wins against Johnny Bananas. And Johnny Bananas won a bunch of comps. Tanisha didn't win anything. And Tanisha still got the win. This show is less about track record and it's more about social.
That's true. But I feel like Jesse has a pretty good social record.
Yeah,
I agree. Compared to New York. And even with Candy, I feel like he may have made things a little better.
It all comes down to the end. Honestly,
the only person who I think really hates Jesse is New York.
Candy might have forgiven him.
Maybe. See. It's hard to say. But New York has made a lot of enemies. Teresa would not vote for New York.
Yeah, but Wes would throw a vote for New York and probably Larsa.
Victoria would not.
And Victoria might, though.
Wait, was Victoria close with New York? I can't remember.
Victoria and Jesse didn't really talk much. Rich probably won't, but he might have a change of heart. Larissa, who fucking knows.
Oh, but that's the thing is, Rich would definitely not, I don't think, unless him and New York make up.
Although,
I don't, which
when
I don't think.
When Jesse was in Final 2, the Final 2 of the Butter thing, everyone was going Team Jesse, so...
Well, it was against West.
It was against West, but even with that, I don't know.
I think Rich and Camilla, by extension, would go for Jesse.
Oh, Camilla,
I think, right? And because Rich, Camilla, and Candy, that's still a trio there.
Well,
I think
it all comes down to that final time the Stronghold, though, right?
But again, if this is only if New York wins the challenge.
That's true. You never know though.
If New York
votes.
If New York can't win that challenge, it's Jesse.
Well, we will see next week, right?
Larsa, Safari, or Wes. Wes is too much of it. He literally called everyone a low IQ idiot.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous gameplay. He like doesn't even, he's not even trying to win at this point. I don't know what that was.
It was very wild, but you know what? I'm kind of sad that it's almost over, but I am happy that it happened. This season has been amazing. And I'm excited.
It's been good. I'm excited
for next week, right? Well, let's finish off this episode of the podcast with a segment that I just thought about in my head. Let's do some bring back I've Had It. Let's bring back the I've Had It segment from the third episode of the podcast.
About the I've Had It segment. Yeah, one of the least viewed episodes too.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. So I have two on my mind. I've had it with people at the gym. So they go there to lift weights, but today I was noticing this one person who like had a weight brought it over to an area, put it on the ground, and then was just on their phone the rest of the time and like didn't lift it. And I was like, "You're not doing anything. You're just standing there on your phone."
I understand resting. I
Me too.
100% understand resting.
Yeah.
But dude, I was at the Western New England gym.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy, when I got there, so I had two things I wanted to do. And in that part of the gym, I wanted to do the hamstring curls and I wanted to do leg extensions.
Was he a scroller?
So I get there, and there's a guy sitting on the leg extensions on his phone. Okay, that's fine. And there's only one of each. So I'm like, I'll do 3 sets of hamstring curls with 3-minute rests in between each. That's like 10 minutes on the hamstring curls.
Yeah.
And then I'll do leg extensions. So I sit down, I do my 10 minutes on the hamstring curls. I finish, I wipe up the machine. He's still on. He's still on the leg extension.
And is he scrolling?
And he's scrolling. And I'm like, okay.
Scroller.
But you know what? He I saw him I'm sure he had some sets. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stand off to the side and I was just going to do some lateral raises for maybe 3 minutes just to kind of see he's got to be done soon, right? Because he's been there for 15 minutes now. So I'm watching him, right? He has the weight pretty low, which is fine. He hits about 6 of the least intense reps I've ever seen. He does this. He goes.
It went back to
I'll show you
normal.
exactly what he was doing. He did this.
Boy.
Can you see?
It's all black. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
hold on.
We got what you mean. No, we got what you mean.
He does. He just did this. 1.
Wait, are you moving
2,
your legs? Yeah, I can't
3,
see that. Yeah.
4.
It's all black.
5.
It's all black.
That's all he did.
That's crazy.
And then no effort. No, it wasn't intense. There was no struggle. He just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he went back on his phone.
And
then I was like, I'm gonna see how long, dude. He was resting for 5 to 6 minutes. And then and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna crash out. So I had to go do something else. But it pisses me off when people just sit there on their phones. I get getting distracted. Sometimes I'll be scrolling and I'll look. It's been 5 minutes, but when you're just taking so long, dude,
unless
so
you're
long.
Unless you're doing cardio, you can scroll. Scrolling is allowed in cardio, but when you're on machines like that and you're taking it up, it's because there's a lot of cardio machines. There's not always a lot of other.
Scrolling is okay when you're not as long as you're watching your time for your rest. When you're resting, as long as you keep track of it and you're making sure that it's only 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If it goes a little over that, it's okay. But don't be sitting there for 5-6 minutes between every single set and then doing very minimal effort. That's so stupid.
Yeah. No, I've had it with those people. My other I've had it with the RHONJ reboot. Last episode I was very upset. I watched the new episode this week.
They're actors.
And it is fucking terrible. They need to stop fucking around with pranks. They did another prank. They took someone's suitcase and hid it, and then there was this 15-minute storyline about where's my suitcase, and someone goes, I hit it with the bidet, prank. It's fucking terrible. It's the worst thing in the world. And then there's another
That's
prank
pretty ridiculous,
where one of the ladies says that I don't even own that car, I just rented it, or they gave it to me for the scene. I can't watch the show. It's bad. I've had it. I'm done. I am done.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely 2 things that I've had it with there. I've had it with this iPad that I have just not working.
That fucked
up. And it's old, right? The iPad is from when I got it when I was in 2nd grade.
It's that iPad?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I've had it since 2nd grade. So how long ago was that?
A long ass time. 10 years ago. 2014.
10 years ago. 10 years ago. Around this time of year, because I think I got it for my birthday. So 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, it would be 11 years now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because I would have gotten it in 2013.
Wow.
So 11 years.
And that shit went load.
So obviously, it's going to be a little slow. But when I'm trying to do the most basic things, send files to Google, why is Google Drive out of date on the web browser? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well, that's ridiculous. And you know what else? You know what else I've had it with?
Yeah.
So I got this for my birthday.
Oh boy.
The Pasta Gabu. I love this. This is a great sweater. But at the bottom, and I'm sure you can see maybe a little bit. Do you see that?
No.
Like, see that? See, there's like a little gap.
Oh, yeah.
It's fading. The stuff is like sticky and it's like coming off.
Everything's black and you just can't even. It's all blends in because there's no lighting in your shot. It's all black.
Hold on.
I know what you mean. That like it's coming off. Yeah.
I want to show the people at home. It's like, whoa, sorry, I flashed the camera there a little bit.
I'll censor.
Okay. Oh, it is all black. Hold on.
When you're doing the leg thing earlier, it's all black. It's a black
No, I know.
mob. It can't see it, but it's peeling off because it's made like that. I know what you mean.
It's made like so cheap, and it's like it's very comfortable. It's nice, but it's like print iron on print stuff.
Yeah.
And at least if you're gonna do that, put some kind of label on it that says like machine wash on low, machine wash inside out, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Because when there's no indicator of how to wash it, I'm gonna assume it can be washed normally because I don't know it's made of cheap shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would appreciate the courtesy of at least telling me, like, don't put it in the dryer, machine wash on low. And before washing it, it was already coming off.
That's not good.
So
well, hopefully there's a Christmas miracle that saves it.
I honestly think that if I just turn it inside out when I wash it, it'll be fine.
It will.
But it's ridiculous to me that there's no warning. There's some stuff that's been really grinds my gears.
Grinding my gears. Well, chat, with that, it's an end of another episode. We will be back
This was
week.
truly the penultimate episode.
Truly the penultimate episode. We will be back next week.
We'll be back next week.
For the Sweet Potato Podcast Christmas holiday special. Where...
Well, you know what? I guess, does that make this the Hanukkah special?
If I name it that, we didn't... What did we talk about? Is there any...
Kyle Richards?
We didn't... Oh, we did talk about Kyle Richards.
And...
No. If I put Kyle Richards in the thumbnail and say the Hanukkah special, there's something anti-Semitic.
Oh, and we talked about Netanyahu. And Hassan.
God.
This might have been the Hanukkah special. If I can find my dreidel somewhere, it's guaranteed.
Oh my god, we will be back next
week.
For...
Throw a menorah in the thumbnail.
You know, there's
Kyle Richards.
There's a Christmas movie called Menorah in the Middle. It's a Hallmark. Anyways, we will be back next week for the season finale, Christmas special, the Sweet Potato Podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, do all that good shit. And we will see you on the other end, chat.
Sweet taters.
Sweet taters.
Sweet taters.